Hi, this is Elsie Callender from tnxsociety.com. Today I would like to show you inside of the Book Lover's Companion, which is the printable reading journal available on my site. The one that I'm going to show you today is the half-size version. This just takes up half the size of a normal piece of paper. When you buy the Book Lover's Companion, you get the files for this size and for the full size, the letter size. So you can print off either one, or you could print off both if you want to keep information in separate notebooks, for instance. In addition, you get this red cover option as well as a green cover option, so you can print off either one. I've also put mine in a binder, which I got on Amazon, and I'm using the disc binding system to put it all together. You could bind it with the disc binding system, or you could just use a 3-ring notebook, or even take it to an office supply store and get it coil bound. But I do recommend printing it at home because that's cheaper than taking it to an office supply store. So let's take a look inside. We've got a book plate here where you can fill in your name. Throughout the book are quotes like these, and I promise they're not taken out of context, which sometimes book quotes can be, and that's a bit annoying. There's some introductory material with suggestions on how to use each of the 8 sections in the book, and I've also included, I've included printing and binding instructions too. If you want, you can buy dividers as well to organize your notebook. Then, as I mentioned earlier, there's 8 sections in the Book Lover's Companion. Each one has its own title page with a book quote and an original illustration. Not done by me, done by my talented friend. This is the personal reading log, which is going to be the biggest and probably most important section of your book. I've included a table of contents where you can, as you fill in the journal, record the book titles, and then you can number your page log as you go and put in the page numbers there, and that way you can find the books you record for easy reference later. There's 2 pages for each book entry. This page has a lot of detailed information, like is the book part of a series? What day did you read it, or what day did you reread it? What's the format? And then there's also a page for notes and for putting your star rating. Now let's skip to the next section. Books read to my kids. This space is a reading log for you to put chapter books that you've read aloud to your children, or your grandchildren, or students, nieces, whoever you're reading to. And I do recommend just doing this for chapter books because you probably read a lot more picture books and you might not want to record all of those. And again, there's the same information in these reading log pages, except that there's space for the parents' notes and observations, and then you can ask your children for their thoughts and put their observations here, and then there's space for your star rating and your children's star rating, so they can each give one as well. It's kind of fun. Then there's a section for all the books you plan to read, and I've divided this into a short-term TBR for books you want to read soon, like in the next couple months, stuff that you're excited about, ready to jump into. And then there's also separate TBR list for upcoming fiction reads you want to do long-term and nonfiction reads. Then there's a section to summarize your reading year. So there's space for you to put your reflections on your past reading year, like, your habits or new authors you discovered. And then there's the fun summary page to fill out where you can kind of fill out like your favorites in different categories, book that made you laugh, a book that made you cry, how many books did you read altogether. Then put your goals for the new reading year. Okay, there's library information. You can track your local library information, so you can keep track of their phone number and library hours. This is a calendar to hopefully help you cut back on library overdue fines. I created this because I certainly need it. When you check out books from the library and you get your due date, then put Monday or Tuesday or whatever, circle that, and that's the day you need to bring back your books. And if you renew them, just find what you renewed it to, make a note of that. So this will hopefully help you save a bit of money. Then there's pages for personal library loans, books that you've borrowed from others or books that you've loaned, so you can keep track of that. Sorry about that. Okay, checklist, because checklists are just fun. So this is checklist for series that you're working through, that you want to read. There's a checklist for authors if you're trying to read everything by, say, Agatha Christie, and you want to record all of her titles and then work your way down the list. Let's see. Also a checklist for reading challenges you might be taking. And books you want to add to your personal library. Sorry. I've also got just some blank note pages that you can print out for maybe if you're like listening to a podcast or something and want to take notes, or if you are in school and go to lectures and want to keep track of your notes here. Got space for that. Let's take a quick cat break. Beautiful, huh? All right, and then this is my other book lover's companion right there. She's my reading friend. All right, then we have a literary miscellany section, and this is just a bunch of fun extras. I've got a word vault for you, so if you come across words that you've never read or never heard of and you want to expand your vocabulary, go ahead and put it there. I know I certainly picked up a lot of new words when reading Jane Eyre, all of the Brontes, really. You've got extra pages for favorite quotes, a place to record book to movie adaptations you've seen or want to see. What else? Book club information. Oh, there's a bunch in here. Places to remember and talk about your favorite characters from books, or places you want to visit in books, whether fictional or real. And that's about it. There's a reading habit tracker, so you can set reading goals for yourself. Make sure to record the reward you want to give yourself for meeting your goal. Incentive is always a plus. And that's it. So thanks for taking this little tour with me. I hope you enjoyed the Book Lover's Companion. Remember, this is for you to print off, and you can print off as many pages as you want. You can print off a new book every year, or you can just get a great big binder and keep adding to it. And that's all.